Hello, everybody. Welcome to an all new Beyond the Barricade live. I've got a very special guest co-host, Mr. Robbie Rebel. How are you
Uh,
doing, Robbie?
I'm doing fantastic, man. Thank you again for having me. It's been a pleasure since last time.
It's always a pleasure to have you on. Let me just talk about our sponsor real quick, Pro Brothers Custom Aesthetics right here in Long Island, New York, our local sponsor. Make sure you check them out. If you need any help with that, please DM me, email me, and I will get you in touch with them. All right, without further ado, our very special guest, right, Robbie?
The myth, the man, the legend, the annoyance.
The one and only
Mr.
Vinnie
Vinnie
the
The Guido.
Guido.
What's going
What's
on,
up,
boys?
Vinny? What's
Chilling,
going
yo,
on, Vinny?
chilling.
We didn't even ask you yet.
Yeah, we didn't ask you yet.
Well, thanks for having me on, boys.
Thanks for coming on. We appreciate it. I've been looking forward to this for a long time now. Let's start off with how you fell in love with wrestling.
Don't you mean fell out of love with wrestling?
Oh, no, that comes a little later, bro.
Listen,
Oh, yeah,
first
that comes
you
later
fall in
on. That comes
love,
later
then
on.
you fall out. That's right.
It's like the mafia. You never really get out.
You never really get out of this.
Well, to be honest, my dad used to take me to WWF shows when they used to be in high school gymnasiums.
Mhm.
This is before your time. You probably weren't even breathing back then, but you weren't even a twinkle in your mother's eye, I'm sure. But
I sure as hell wasn't.
yeah, but my dad used to take me to WWF shows at the high school and stuff like that. And my dad, believe it or not, he was very good friends with Chief Jay Strongbow, God rest his soul. And the Chief used to get me and my dad backstage all the time and got me to meet all these wrestlers and stuff. And they even told my dad, I could see your son doing this when he gets older, because I guess I had a mouth on me. So. And sure enough, many years later, back in 05 was when I first started training at Victory Pro Wrestling, believe it or not. And
Okay.
Yes,
yep,
you started there.
I started at VPW. Automatically they threw me into the fire. I was managing. I managed Matt Morgan against Xavier, God rest his soul.
Xavier.
And everything just blew up from there. I even managed AJ Lee at one point.
Mhm.
Yep. I managed AJ Lee when she was Miss April on the independent circuit before she was in the This is before she made it to WWE. She was going out with. Yeah, she was going out with. Wait, what?
No, did you manage her when she had a tag team with Brittany Savage?
I believe in WSU. I don't remember. I don't think so. I don't remember. My brain. I killed too many brain cells, guys. I'm sorry, but
Yeah, that was recently.
That's for sure. So she went by Miss April, and at the time she was in a relationship with my boy Jay Lethal, and yeah, she got her training from Jay Lethal,
Right.
And she used to train at Ace. If you guys remember Ace, she trained there, and
Ace was in New Jersey, right?
yes.
Yeah. I actually went. I did a couple of shows when I was way younger out of the Ace Arena. It started going real downhill over there, though.
It was from what I heard. I never worked any shows for Ace. I worked with WSU at one point.
Mm-hmm.
I managed when I worked with WSU. I was managing. I was managing Rick Cataldo. I was his manager / lawyer, and he was the only guy wrestling females in an all women's wrestling company. So you could see where the humor and the comedy came from that. So
Oh boy.
yeah.
Dank, I just want to sidebar real quick about his father.
Okay.
His father's an amazing man. I love Vinny's father. He's the sweetest guy I've ever met. Seriously.
Yeah. He's a pain in my ass, but I love the old man,
Like father, like son.
That's right.
I'm gonna rip you apart tonight. I'm sorry.
Oh
Hey,
boy.
I've been eagerly waiting that, Rob.
Oh,
Before we go into road stories, I want to talk about this right here. An upcoming film you're going to be in.
Yes, I'm going to be in the movie Stars, and it's going to be at the world premiere of Stars is going to be at the winter. The winter. Hold on a minute. It's going to be at. Tell you in a second. It is going to be at the Winter Film Awards in New York City and Manhattan. Tickets are on sale now. They just went on sale yesterday, actually. And they're going, and the world premiere is going to be in New York City on February, I believe February 17th at 9 p.m. in Cinema Village in New York City. So, you might, yeah. I'm actually playing a pimp in the movie. So.
Really?
I always get typecasted. I'm in mafia related stuff where I'm a pimp. I'm typecasted in those roles. I'm never the good guy in anything. I'm always the bad guy. I'm always the heel. So.
Yeah, it's just true.
We got a comment from Ronnie. I'm sorry if I say this wrong. Arata. That is awesome. Arata. That is awesome. So
don't mind me. I've had a cough recently, so I got to get some Ricoline.
Oh, dude, man! I had the freaking flu during Christmas.
I thought, Robbie, I thought you were. I thought it was because you're, the. He's a throat lozenger.
Oh. Vinny, that would be happening if I didn't have my teeth in. They're in. I haven't had the chance.
You haven't had the chance. No.
We got a question for you. How did you get into acting?
Through pro wrestling. I mean, believe it or not, pro wrestling opens a lot of doors to a lot of other ventures, per se. So,
Right. Some of the
especially the porn industry. So,
speaking of which, I'm going to bring something up real quick. What is this all about?
He opened the door for it.
Marina Belmont. Yep, that was at the Exotica Expo this year. Actually, I go every year with my wifey. Her and I we go every year. I dress up as you can see in cosplay as a Magnum condom, Magnum Man. Yeah, believe it or not, I actually make a lot of money with that gimmick. I host parties. I've been in rap and trap videos, and it's pretty lucrative. I'm not gonna lie.
Whoa, that sounds like my kind of parties. I don't know about Robbie, but that sounds like
you
my
got
kind
that
of parties.
right.
Ain't nothing like a Vinnie the Guido party, let me tell you.
Hey, during the pandemic, I was running an underground gentleman's club. It was a private gentleman's club. Yeah. Well, they had everything shut down, so I had to make bread somehow. I mean,
I hear you. I was stressing. I couldn't get a haircut, so I had to find an underground barber.
Lucky for me, I'm bald. I give myself a haircut, so
Robbie's got more hair than all of us put together.
Yeah, ain't that the truth?
I've had long hair since high school, man. That's crazy.
Listen, I don't have hair. I have to envy his.
You can envy it all you want. There you go. There you go, buddy. I got plenty of hair for both of us.
You heard of penis envy? I call this hair envy.
It's still longer than yours.
It'll always be longer than mine.
It always has been.
except for there. Oh man.
Robbie, Eileen says that's something I never knew about Rebel. LOL.
Oh. Oh.
I made this perfectly clear when I make friends.
So, Vinny, I'm sure you got plenty of stories to tell us. Start with one tale from.
There's so many. There's so many, especially with Marty Jannetty. My boy Marty Jannetty, man. Him and I have had some good road stories together.
Oh my God!
All right, give me a Marty Jannetty story.
Well, I remember we did a show for Gino. If you remember, Robbie, I think you were there for that when he knocked over the entire entranceway. That was at the Shirley Bingo. That was at the Shirley Bingo Hall. He did that.
Oh, the Shirley Bingo Hall seriously was the best times, man.
It really was, bro. It really was.
Yeah, Robbie did mention that last time.
The amount of people that we actually drew in the Shirley Bingo Hall was unbelievable. I'm telling you, it was like at least a 300. There was sometimes like I believe like
No,
twice.
dude. At one point, it was like 5. There was at least 500 or 600 people at one point.
I don't know about 6, but definitely 4 or 5.
Yeah.
We had some crazy nights. I told them about the time with the Iraqi butchers, but going back to Marty Jannetty, he was so messed up coming out. He came in with a shopping cart and he had a street cone on his head and knocked everything over. It just fell right over.
I met Marty at a signing, so I could see that happening because he was hitting on everybody.
He'll hit on the stool that he's sitting on.
Oh my God. I remember I did a show for SWF, I believe, at the time in Jersey. Mm-hmm. And that was Rob Fury's company. And
yeah, he still runs.
Yep. So I was doing a show for Rob Fury at the time, and I did a bunch of shows for Rob Fury during that time. And I remember Marty kept, because Marty and I, we shared a lot of locker rooms over the times, but we never actually got to work together. And then, and he kept saying, yeah, man, when are we going to work together? When are we going to work together? I said, Marty, I'm not the promoter, man. It's not up to me, So I finally went over to, I went over to Fury. I said, look, man, you got to do me a solid favor, please. I beg you. Let me work a show with Marty, please, because I'm never going to hear the end of it. So, Rob said, "Oh, all right, that'll be cool. That'll be something to see." He's like, "All right, yeah, cool." I was like, "Oh, when are we gonna do it?" He's like, "Oh, we could do it today." I was like, "Oh shit, okay." So I went into the bar and I said, "Hey, Marty." He's like, "Hey, Vinny, what's going on?" Like we normally do. We drink, we have a good time or whatever.
Right.
And as soon as I said, "Marty," I said, "I got some news for you, buddy." He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "What?" I was like, "Guess who's going to be working with you today?" He's like, "We're working together?" I go, "Yep." He's like, "All right, let's party. Let's party." He's like down and shot after shot after shot. I'm like, whoa, relax. He's like, "No, man, we got to party. This is great news. This is great news. We got to party." I'm like, no. Not before the show, after. He's like, no, we got to do this now. He said. He got so fucked up. Like, so fucked up. I mean, right. Dude, this day made the day at the Shirley Bingo Hall look like nothing. Like,
it seemed very tame from what I heard.
Oh, dude, he decided to go into the crowd. He picked up my wife, dragged her out of the crowd, and he's like, "Look, Vinny, I got your girl. I'm taking your girl. And he lifts up her dress in front of everybody.
Oh, man. Wow.
Thank God she's professional and just went along with it. So,
wow.
Like
God bless Sonny for all the shenanigans we've all been through.
I know, and and the funny thing is, he couldn't even walk straight. He goes to run. He goes to climb into the ring. He like trips like halfway through and whatever. And you should have seen all of us. It was supposed to be a tag team match, and we're all looking at each other like, "What are we gonna do? We can't let him work." But we all gave each other the eye, like. We're all looking at each other like, "What should we do?"
Right.
Without actually,
what's going on, brother?
Yeah, without saying it. So, and I remember Pat Savino was the referee. You got to ask Pat this. Oh my God, Pat loves the story. So Pat and the guys are trying to get Marty out of the ring, and dude, it was just, if you were there, I'm telling you, you just had to be there. Like, it was just one of those moments where you'll just never ever forget that. It'll be engraved in your head the rest of your life.
I bet.
No, but Vinny, I'm not gonna lie. Every time I hang out with Marty, it's always a good time. I could always count on Marty for a good time. Like, just like everybody usually counts on me for a good time.
You know what, man? I was just saying this before. Like, anytime. I was actually talking to one of my coworkers today. I said anytime that I was going out with you, because he knows who you are. I was I always have a good time no matter what anyone says. Vinny, like seriously, the best times of my life have been with you, and it's never been a dull moment.
Dude, and I
Seriously.
gotta tell you, there's been times where you were flat out depressed, and I pulled your spirits up like that.
There's also been a time where we had a little bit of an outgoing in Manhattan.
Oh yes, and what an outgoing that
wait.
was.
You know what? We got to tell people this story. We got to tell them.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
Okay,
you can't
but
not
wait.
tell the story.
Okay, you know where I'm going with it, right?
Oh boy, do I.
Okay. What's the name of the place?
Rick's Cabaret, baby.
Okay. Excellent. So, Vinny, I got a surprise for you. I got PapaDenk to get along with this, but I got a surprise for you.
We got a surprise for you.
Yeah, I got a very big surprise for you. Actually, it might be a little bit blast from the past, man. But we're gonna need help telling the story.
That's right. So I'm gonna bring this special surprise on, like right now.
Oh my God, Charlie! No!
I have been sitting here listening to you tell lie after lie after damn lie.
Yeah, but Charlie, the problem with that is that every time you think he's lying, there's some times where he pulls through.
Oh, fucking rap, fucking amazingly enough.
So let's get started with this one.
All right. So, for people who don't know me, I was in and out of the wrestling business for a few years. I've been somewhat retired from wrestling business for the past year and a half. I was in New York for SummerSlam weekend that year. I can't remember the exact year. Pardon
it was one of the years.
My memory, but it was one of the ones at Barricade, and me and Robbie decided we're going to go out with Vinny.
No. Earlier in that day, didn't we do something with Bill Apter?
Yes, with Bill.
Yeah,
Apter,
we did.
Bill
Yeah,
Apter, and then we
promoting his book.
ROH there in at the baseball stadium. Get
Yeah,
together.
that was a good time. Yep.
And Vinny's like, "Hey guys, I'm going to get you guys VIP'd in the top strip club in New York," and we're like, "Okay, Vinny." Okay, big guy. So we go have dinner in the city and decide to leave and head to Rick's Cabaret. And we walk up, and there's a former wrestler that is no longer with us. And he
that was actually John Xavier that you were talking about before, Vinny.
Yes.
Yep.
Johnny Xavier was working as the door and greeted Vinnie The Guido with a big hug. Me and Robbie are sitting there with stars in our eyes, like, what's really going on? And we get walked up to the top floor of this strip club to a very, very nice, intimate area. And we start ordering bottle service. And I'll let Robbie continue from there.
They sent the girls up to our VIP section. We didn't even have to go downstairs. Like we didn't have to
do anything. But while Vinny and Sonny were off doing their own thing, they were looking to probably hook up with someone for all I know.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. So Charlie and I end up going into the VIP section.
Oh, wait a minute. Did you just say Sonny?
No, not that one. No.
No, his wife. His wife.
Oh, okay.
Her name is also Sonny.
Don't make me vomit live on the air, please.
This would have been a lot different of a story as well. But anyway,
it took a very dark turn.
Yeah, exactly. So Charlie and I look at each other, and we're like, you want to spend a little money? And me and Charlie, we got some money on us. We were like, sure, why not? So we end up going into the VIP section, and next thing I know, I think there was two or three Russian girls, right? Like straight up Russian. I'm not even kidding.
Fresh off the boat.
Oh, whatever you say, Vinny. Brandon, it gets better. It gets better.
It gets better.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
or at
can't
least
wait.
from what I could remember on that. So Charlie and I end up going in there, and you know, they were really pushy about getting a bottle of champagne. Charlie and I are like, well, you know, we can't just like leave them high and dry right now. We got brought up here, so we got to do something. So we look at these bottles of champagne, and the minimum is around like 200, 250, and we're like, oh, this is going to be expensive.
Yikes.
So we end up, I think, getting at first what I remember, like maybe 2 or 3 bottles. You know, I'm drinking, and the next thing I know, we're getting dances. 2 of them end up pulling up my shirt and start licking my nipples.
Whoa.
Yeah, I told you we had to wait for this one with Vinny, and we were just starting to get a little crazy, and then I started feeling like really, really messed up. I mean, like drunk, or at least what I thought was drunk. It turns out that I was starting to black out, and I didn't know if I got drugged or anything like that. But you know, whatever.
Got drugged.
Yeah. Charlie thinks I got drugged that night.
I had to carry Robbie Rebel out.
Hold on, we'll get to that part. We'll get to that part.
100%. You think you were drugged by one of the strippers?
100% he got drugged because they kept trying to kept handing me glasses, and I kept pouring the glasses out behind the couch because I was not getting drugged.
Right.
And
yeah, I was young and naive. The Russians got me.
Robbie fell for it.
I fell for it.
He saw these hot chicks and like, all right, let's go.
Yep. So, me and Charlie just, you know, we were doing whatever, and then next thing I know, I end up back on the 3rd floor outside of the VIP room, and I start to, start become cognitive again, and when I finally realize where I am, I'm getting a lap dance, and I just take out a $50 bill, and I look at this lady, and I was just like, please go away. And she looked at me in disgust. She was like, what are you talking about? I was like, can you just please go? I don't feel good. And she goes, oh okay, whatever. So from there, we end up going, we get ready to leave. It was probably like 3 or 4 in the morning at that time. And as I go down and I exit the building, it was raining outside. Right. So I end up laying on the streets of Manhattan, the rain pouring on me.
You out, and I put you in. I sat you down because you didn't want to walk anywhere once you got outside.
Robbie, I
remember clear as day. You were laying on the sidewalk, and you were going, rain. Like he was out of it completely. I don't even think he remembers most of that night. He's
like, Robbie, you good to go? And I was just like, yeah, just let me sit here. It feels really good right now.
Ray, he kept saying.
Charlie, what do you remember?
Well, I remember the credit card bill the next day.
Oh man, the credit card bill.
My bank statement was like, huh. Yeah. For about 1.5 years, I had that sumbitch posted on my wall as a
memorial.
Yes, of what not to do in New York City. But definitely one of the greatest. I would say, out of all my adventures with Vinny, it still isn't one of the great. But my greatest adventure with Vinny will always be a trip that Robbie was not on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sadly enough.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where Vinnie The Guido, literally son, wanted to leave him in the state of Indianapolis. And said his family, we called him, and they said, leave his ass. His father, his son.
Oh, man.
Everybody said, leave him for dead. So I'll paint the picture for you boys. It was we were going to a wrestling convention, and we were originally we're going to drive there, drive through the night, get there. get a cheap hotel room for a couple hours, get maybe an hour or two sleep, head over to the building, do the fan fest, sell our merch, and go back to the room for a couple hours and then drive straight back. You know, enough people in the car, so
it takes. Hold on, Charlie. It takes so much to get Vinny red, and if his camera was better, you could see how red he is, man.
So to Vinny's credit, I will give him the one bit of credit. He drove from Philadelphia all the way to Minneapolis, nonstop. Him in the car, and he just kept saying, "I need coffee, Charlie. I got this. And we're like, okay. We pull up to the. I would imagine probably the sketchiest motel I've ever been at traveling in my entire life.
After a 13-hour drive.
Where it literally said hourly, daily, or by the minute.
Wow. By the minute.
I was like, well, fuck, boys, we can't find another place like this. This sounds good to me. You know,
there was blood in the fucking there was blood in the.
You sit back. You enjoy the story. You enjoy being.
No, guys. You should have seen this motel. There was blood in the fucking in the bathtub.
Oh God.
So either way, because quoting one of my role models in life, Jim Cornette, maybe sometimes you just got to travel cheap. And
that's right.
And so we're it was literally a place to lay our head down for about 2 hours before this convention opened. And we go over to the convention, great convention, made a bunch of money, awesome deal. Hey, well, we decide to leave and we're going back to the hotel. Vinny's like, first thing, Vinny, if any of y'all have ever gone to order food with Vinnie The Guido, it is a challenge. He will start asking the people at the restaurant the simplest questions if everything's substitutional. Can we do this? Can we do that? We were in a sandwich shop just trying to get some food and go back to the hotel. He's trying to make it the most complicated meal ever for this poor girl working behind the counter. We get back to the room and we're all like, oh, we're crash out. My buddy that was with us traveling time, his son, and Vinny. Well, Vinny's like, oh, no, boys. Oh, no, guys. No. I've earned going to the strip club. We're going to the strip club. I have to go.
Right.
Now, literally, this hotel was besides 3 truck stops and 2 strip clubs. So the quality of the strip club is not in question here at all. I can promise you.
At all. It's a truck stop, literally.
So I mean, you got lizard ladies standing outside our room, and I'm like, Vinny, you can just go outside and do whatever you want to do. And but anywho, well, we're like,
that's why I had the Ricola.
Vinny, we'll go in here with you for a few minutes. We go in this one place. We all have now. His son at this time was underage of 21, so he could not go with us. So he stayed back in the hotel room.
Right.
And my buddy went in. We had a drink with him. Could tell the quality of the ladies were a little questionable. I'll be honest with you. I don't think some of them were ladies, but that's another point. No. But I think that was another.
You can't
point.
say that this year.
I don't care. I've been canceled too many times. I don't give a shit. But anywho, so the best part about it is, well, we decided we're going to go back to the room and we're going to get about 2 hours sleep. Right, Vinny, we're going to go back to the room about 2 hours. We're hitting the road. We're getting back to Philadelphia. We're going home. I like my home life. I have a beautiful wife. I have a dog. I have a family that actually loves me. So I like to be home. My partner did too. So we're ready to go. 2 hours later, we can't find Vinny nowhere. We walk into the strip club and the guys are like, oh yeah. The cops took him out of here, pal. Like, oh, fuck. Right.
Fuck.
I'm like,
fuck is right.
Oh, he's all in there. You got a picture. This is in the heart of Indianapolis in a small little town. You got a loud Vinnie The Guido with his fedora on, and a leather jacket on in the middle of July, hot summer. And like constantly, and he stands out like a sore thumb. And I'm like, he's like, well, they took him outside and they let him go. I'm like, oh, great. So we take about an hour of time, and we're riding around, going from hotel back to back, looking for him. We're going to multiple strip clubs looking for this idiot. And we're finding that we're getting reports from different places they've spotted him. So we're finding Waldo. We're to find the Guido at Indianapolis. So we literally, I'm to the point where we're like, what the fuck are we going to do? We
can't find him.
Or are we just going to go back to the room and go to sleep? Like, what are we doing here? And his son pipes up, leave the stupid son of a bitch.
You're like, huh?
I'm like, well, that was unexpected. So we pull into the gas. We pull back into the gas station. The last reported scene of this guy. And we're like, well, I'm gonna call. His son's like, I'm gonna call Vinny's wife. I'm like, okay, well, maybe. I've been always ruled by the rule. What happens on the road stays on the road. Let's not bring wives into this stuff.
Right.
I think we're having connection issues.
Initially, hey, Vinny's father gets on the phone.
Oh boy!
One of his first words were, "That stupid bastard leaving." Sir, we're not in Philadelphia. We're in Indianapolis, sir. Like, we're not. We're pretty far home. He can catch a bus.
He lost Robbie for a minute.
Robbie, you there?
So I'm like, boys, are you okay? Like, are we for real? Like, we're gonna just leave this dude in Indianapolis? I'm like,
how could you leave him behind?
So we decide, okay, we're gonna make one more round trip around,
right,
and look for this dude. We see Vinny stumbling back to the hotel at this point, completely wasted. And I'm like
Bender wasted.
And he's like, hey, what's up? Oh man, I gotta go back and go back to the bar and back to the strip club and get my debit card or something. I'm like, what? We're getting in the car and leaving. So, you got a car full of people ready to leave. So we pull back up so Guido can run in to get his debit card. He said that the police kicked his ass out. I'm like, son of a bitch. We're sitting there, me and my buddy sitting there like, what the hell's going on with this guy? Where's 5 minutes goes by, 10 minutes goes by. This son of a bitch in there trying to get more lap dances. I mean, how fucking disrespectful can you be? I'm like, and I mean, now trust me, boys. Let's put the cards on the table. If it was, Rick's Cavalier and you were trying to do, hey, I understand. But we're in a truck stop and there's lizard lots of lazy ladies running all around here, full of what they are. You're trying to get some more lap dances from them. So my buddy grabs him by the shirt collar and pulls him to the car, throw him in the car, and we're like, sober the fuck up. We have a 16-hour drive home.
I was supposed to drive back home and I couldn't because I was drunk.
So we get in the back, go to sleep the shit off. In 8 hours, we're gonna switch and we're gonna drive through the night. And you keep in mind, all this took about 4 to 5 hours. We would almost be halfway home with it. The story does not end there, fellas. So, 6 hours goes by of us driving and of us dying from being up, and we're seeing.
By the way, Charlie has the picture of me passed out in the back seat, drunk off my ass. He took pictures and he's got the pictures.
So we get about halfway there. We pull into a McDonald's. The sun is coming up. We're about dead tired. We're debating if we should just stop and just get an actual real hotel room and go to sleep.
Right.
But we're like, okay, Vinny's been sleeping long enough. He can drive now for a couple hours, and we can get the fuck home. Well, Vinny comes in and we're all eating food, try to, wake up and keep ourselves going. Vinny's like, oh no, guys, I'm good. I don't need nothing on my stomach. I mean, no, you should have something on your stomach to sober you up so you can drive. That's the point of you being here, sir.
So Charlie was holding me down.
No. Be the star of the show.
And they were shoving food in my mouth like this.
Mute him. So he then tells me, I got this. Okay. We've been driving. We go maybe about 30 minutes down the road, and me and my buddy are like, we're gonna crash out and get a couple hours sleep. Vinny, we'll. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm good. I wake up about 30 minutes later. I raise my head up and I see a gas station, and I'm like, in front of a gas station. Vinny has pulled the car over and has went to sleep.
Oh man.
I'm like,
you're thinking you're going home.
not going home. Not anytime soon. Not anytime soon. We smacked Vinny in the back of the head.
What's up, Crow?
What's up, Scarecrow?
Oh, boy. I was getting tired, Crow. I was getting tired. So we get back in the car. We go in the gas station, get something to drink. We're powering through this thing. We decide, okay, all right, Vinny, are you good? Yeah, man, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm drinking coffee. Hands are shaking, driving. I'm like, we're gonna die. I'm gonna die.
Yikes!
This is how my life ends. Wonderful. Never gonna see my wife again. This is great. Passed out. I wake back up. Vinny has pulled over for a second time.
Oh no!
And it's been weeks. So needlessly to say, what would have took us 16 hours to get home took us well over 28 hours to get home.
One adventure
for letting him drive.
That is the trust factor that you can give Vinnie the Guido.
Right.
You can't trust him. You can't trust him as far as you could throw him.
At him. He's like a damn chihuahua that bites your ankles all the time. You're like, I hate that fucking dog.
Come on, man. Listen, you can't do a wrestling show and not do an after party afterwards. You got to do after parties.
Shaquille says, "Wake your ass up, Vinny."
I thought about it beforehand. I could have.
I want to give a shout out to Shaq real quick because he might possibly have a baby tonight. So congratulations, dude.
Oh, congratulations!
Congratulations, Shaq! Hell yeah!
Congratulations!
Don't name your kid Benny.
That's right. Don't bring him near a strip joint. That's for sure.
Yeah, what you learn, children?
Brand new
Vinny.
cars.
Vinny, I love your hat, man. We talked about this earlier. Tell us what that hat means to you.
Well, for those that don't know, I am a member of the Long Island chapter of the Rough Riders.
Did that cost you $25 to join?
Yeah. This here is right here is I'm sorry. Right here is this is a memorial patch from when DMX passed away. April 9th of April 9th is actually going to be the 2-year anniversary of DMX passing away. So God rest his soul.
Right. God rest his soul.
Yep. And but yeah, so I'm a member of the Long Island chapter. I've been a member since April of 2018, and yeah, man, and we do a lot of charity outreach. We do a lot of we always try to take care of our people in the community and stuff. So I joined basically because I know they're about taking care of the community, and they're about taking care of their people, and it feels good to give back and help others that that need help more than we do, so
Absolutely.
In a negative world, it's good to see some positive, you know.
No, they do a lot.
I mean, shout out to my Long Island Rough Rider chapter and all the Rough Rider chapters from around the world. But yeah, so you know,
and tell the Long Island chapter to not hit my mom.
Oh, the wrestling show. I remember that. Yeah.
I want to share the story about us being in
They wouldn't leave her alone. They wouldn't leave her alone, man.
Charlie,
Oh,
what
you
did
won
you
the
say,
belt.
Charlie?
Congratulations. How's your mom?
Yikes. That's awkward.
Yeah, you're telling me. And then they were asking me to join right after that.
Charlie, what did you want to say, Charlie?
I said, Vinny, you want to share the story about when you ran into one at the Costco when the guy was a little upset that you had the colors on?
Oh.
Wait, what happened?
I remember the Costco, the barbecue at my house. We went to Costco that time. And
yeah.
The guy was all mad that you had the stuff on.
He was mad. He was mad because of what?
Because of you wearing the Rough Rider stuff and being on Facebook and social media and everything.
No, he wasn't mad at all. He was actually happy. He was like, "Yo, man, I'm a Rough Rider fan and shit." You know, he's cool.
Benny, that was not at all the case. That man,
Yeah,
I was there. The man walked up to you and said, you started shaking his hand and everything, and he was like, "What are you doing, man? We don't do this kind of stuff. You don't advertise in your Facebook and social media and everything. What are you doing?" Don't you remember like the whole conversation that he almost made you take the jacket off in front of everybody?
I mean, I'm not saying it didn't happen. I don't remember, probably because I killed too many brains.
We got a comment for you.
He's probably been questioned. He's been questioned about it so many times that he can't remember who questioned him.
I assume you know Cliff Rays?
Yeah.
He says this
Yeah, we
motherfucker
know
talks
Cliff.
so well during the show, but he's been fucking stuttering the whole damn time. Ta-ta today, Vinny.
Wait, what did Cliff say? Wait, I couldn't.
This motherfucker talks so well during the show, but he's been fucking stuttering the whole damn time. Ta-ta today, Vinny.
He was stuttering at Costco when that man told him to take that jacket off. I know that much.
Oh, Vinny was stuttering?
Yes, sir. Hold on. I thought it was Superman. It fucking changed outfits. I know what's going on.
Well, they're doing a lot of great stuff, so awesome. That's awesome to hear. What other story you got for us, Vinny? Because Charlie and Robbie have taken over the show.
Vinny, so we didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
No,
it's
good.
really hard to out-talk Vinny the Guido.
I know.
It's very hard to out-talk this guy.
I think Charlie's got his number.
No, listen. We always listen. Even if there was a dull moment, we'd always make sure that there's no dull moment anymore after that. We always have a good time when we hang out together, though.
I will say this about Vinnie the Guido, in all seriousness and kidding. The one thing I will give him 100% credit for, no matter where you are in life, if you call Vinnie the Guido and you're a true friend of him, he would literally give you the shirt off of his back. He is a good.
Thank you, Charlie. I appreciate that, my brother.
Yeah, it's true.
That's awesome.
Vinny, you wanna tell him the story about how I went out drinking with Javier and then you had to save my ass the next day from Mark James?
Oh yeah. That was at Charlie's event at the time. we were in where is it? North Carolina, but where was it again?
Wilmington.
It was
Wilmington.
Wilmington. Yeah, Wilmington. Yeah, Wilmington, North Carolina. It's a very nice area, actually. It's very beautiful beach town over there. But yeah, we did a convention. It was the Jim Cornette Appreciation Night, and they gave him an award and everything. And as always, Robbie Rebel, me, Javier, we all decided to go out drinking the night before. I also had to help Charlie set up and everything, and Charlie
I
and
gotta
Javi
stop drinking with you.
they got very fucked up. We ended up at some pool hall in the middle of fucking nowhere. And they were hitting.
We were the only New Yorkers over there.
Bro, they were so drunk. I remember Javier was hitting on this toothless woman that was in the bar, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck? He's like, yo, man, look, she's hot. She's hot. I go, no, she's not. She's not. And Robbie was
dude,
just like,
I had no idea Javier Pollock, and I was trying to keep up with him.
That was such a great night. And I remember because Dan the Beast Severn, dude, that was the same weekend that Dan the Beast Severn, Charlie had me and Dan Severn do an autograph signing at a Walmart. Okay, a Walmart of all places. Nice. And Dan's sitting next to me doing autographs.
It made its money. It made money. Don't even.
What happened?
He said it.
Robbie,
it made its money.
Oh yeah, it definitely did. And Severn comes up.
Sorry, I'm cutting in and out. My computer's getting hot.
Yeah, I'm sitting next to Dan Severn, and he's like, Vinny. He's like, I can't believe it. I'm like, what, Dan? He's like, the stories are true about Walmart. I was like, oh yeah, you never done this before? He's like, nah. Like, dude, there was like 3 little kids running around Walmart, no parent in sight. Half these women shouldn't have been wearing a 2-piece, let's just say. They're like, did you ever see the YouTube videos of the people at Walmart? Like, well, it's true.
It was all true. It was all true.
It was all true.
But go on about the rest of the show where you had to make sure that everything was good with me and Mark James.
Oh yeah. So anyway, to make a long story short, because Robbie Rebel decided to get really fucked up the night before, and we're at the wrestling show, and Robbie's about to go on. He's like, hold on, guys. Runs over to a bucket and starts vomiting. Goes, okay, I'm good to go. I go, Robbie, this isn't good, man. He's like, no, it's all right. I got a little hangover, but after I throw up, I'm good to go. I'm like, Robbie, this isn't going to end well. He's like, I could do this. And he's supposed to go out there with James, and James is like, man. He's like, let's just do this and get it over with.
6'5", 300 something pounds.
Yep. And he's like, let's just do this and get it over with. I'm like, are you sure? He's like, yeah. They're like, yeah, we got this. So Robbie's doing the match, and about three quarters of the way through, he decides to vomit on the side of the ring. And then he goes back to the match.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't vomit. I didn't vomit in the match. I vomited after the match.
Oh, not the match. No.
I had a good match with him.
No. You vomited. No. It was after the match you vomited again.
Yeah, right in front of Harley Race.
Yes, it was in front of Harley Race. Yes, that was it.
Boy.
Harley Race went up to me. He's like,
Harley
Race naked.
Right
he vomited in front of Harley Race and his son Leland.
Oh man, Robbie.
Yes.
Oh man,
you could ask
it's
Charlie had a good
world
match.
Champion, God's green earth. I mean,
wow. No, it was a great match. It was a great match. But he was just vomiting so much before the match and after. It was just so funny.
The rest of the night, I couldn't get out from under the table. Oh, dude, I was bad at one point, man. But we always got everything done.
100%.
Yeah, that is true. That is very true. I remember, what was it? I remember we went to Virginia. I believe it was a TNA house show. And the Hepners were being inducted into the TNA Hall of Fame, if you remember that one, Charlie.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember because Earl Hebner was wearing the shirt, I screwed Brett.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'm sure that went well.
Oh, it did. The whole crowd loved it. Dude, that was a major selling point of the house show, let me tell you.
Yeah,
It was this
that
little,
was a big.
it was this little tiny arena.
Uh-huh. Small
That was a
arena.
good time, though. That was the day we set up the. Charlie just bought a brand new ring from Monster Rings and Cages. You remember that, Charlie? So we had to break. We had to set it up, and then we had to break it in because it was stiff as shit.
Yeah, but
And,
it was a good ring.
it was a
Definitely
good
a
ring,
good
but
ring.
it was stiff. We had to break it in, though. That's for sure.
So when are you guys going to reunite for another night out?
I'm on permanent vacation. I'm on permanent house arrest. So when the pandemic happened and when you were able to like be away from people, I've been doing that shit for years. So I don't. My job I have now in life, I literally get to go about 15 feet to my bed to my office. I work virtually. And I have not left my house this week, but to go to the grocery store and to the post office.
So what Charlie's saying is probably in about a month or two.
Yeah. I mean, we've actually no, but it is fun remembering good days, and I would like to. I did put Vinny over reluctantly because he cashed out me some money there, so I truly appreciate that. But I would honestly like to put Rebel over for a second because here's the thing: the crazy stories I had in wrestling was awesome, but the best part was I got to do some of the cool stuff with one of my best friends, and I tell you what, same thing I said about Vinny. If you are a friend of Rebel. I mean, this guy, for me, he drove from New York all the way down to North Carolina multiple times.
Yes, he did.
Bringing talent down there. Sometimes talent. I won't mention other female talent that he brought down that was problems in life. That has been problems in life. You know, I'll never mention that. But
I'm not even going to hint towards things on that.
Yes, but he was always a true pro. And anybody that is booking shows or needs a great mind to help them run a promotion, Robbie Rebel will be the first person I call.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
No, thanks, guys. This is about Vinny today, though.
No, this is about all of us, man. This is about all of us.
It's about all of you because we love you, Charlie.
No, I don't know who that was, but thank you.
Yo, Robbie, remember when we drove Charlie to North Carolina with you, me, and Javi? And here's a couple of more road stories, by the way. On the way driving there on the news, it says, state of emergency, don't leave the house. And it was a major snowstorm. And if we didn't leave the house, we wouldn't have made Charlie's convention thing down in North Carolina.
I think that was WrestleCade. I think that was a WrestleCade weekend.
No, that was Cornette. The Cornette event. Yeah,
that was the Cornette thing.
Oh, that was
you, me,
and
Javi.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
And let me tell you, we almost died about 4 times on the way driving there through the snowstorm. Robbie's windshield wipers weren't even working at first. He had to ghetto it and put this tape on it to hold it together and shit.
Once we got out of the snowstorm, I got new ones, but
yeah, he got new ones, so we made it to a rest stop. And dude, that was hilarious. And then on top of that, what was it? We were I'm trying to think. Oh my god! On the way driving back home
after you drove all the way down, Vinny.
Oh wait, no. On the way driving back home was even better. We almost ran out of gas, literally on gas fumes. And the next stop we had to get off at was Baltimore, Maryland. Now, if anybody's been through Baltimore, Maryland, Robbie, you remember this?
Oh boy, Robbie remembers.
He just opened something in my mind that I suppressed for such a long time.
Dude, I forget. I remember it was the 3 of us. Now you have to understand, you had Javier, who was like this muscular fucking fit dude or whatever. You had Robbie, and then you have an Italian in the car. So obviously, it looks like we're a bunch of people looking for drugs or selling drugs or whatever. So we go to the gas station. we go to the gas station and we go to get gas, right? And the attendant got so scared of us because he saw the New York plates on the car and he saw a bunch of meatheads get out of the car. He decides to run to the back.
And he locks
the
place, and we can't get gas because of it.
Oh shit!
The guy was hiding in the bathroom. Yeah,
Really?
like he was hiding in the back because he thought we were gonna fucking rob him or some shit. So they had to go to the bathroom, and then Javi and Robbie had to go to the bathroom so bad that they were like, "Fuck this! I'm just gonna pee on the side of the fucking gas station." Right. So sure enough, there's a lady cop that's just so happens to be walking by.
Oh man!
And I'm like, listen. She's like, "What's this? What's going on?" I was like, "Listen." I was like, in all fairness, I said, the only reason why they're peeing on the side of the building, your officer, is because the guy who is the worker decided to run to the back and hide because he thought we were going to rob him. I was like, no, we're not robbing him. We're trying to get gas and trying to go to the bathroom. Right. But this guy was scared of us that he ran away. He saw New York plates and he saw a bunch of meatheads. So he decided to get scared and run to the back. I was like, officer, there's no other gas station around. We're in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
In the middle of Baltimore, we're at this point, we were afraid we were going to get shot either by the police or by somebody else. And then after we were all done, I said, guys, I'm going to go walk over to the casino. They go, oh, no, you're fucking not. They grabbed me like, get in the fucking car now. Because the Horseshoe Casino is like right across the street from the gas station was. Remember that shit?
Oh, man.
Okay, just imagine this. You've been driving for hours and you have to pee real bad, and the guy will not let you there. There's nothing open right next to it because it's all closed down stuff. So you go to the side of the door, and next thing you know, you see red and blue lights right behind you. And while me and Javi are in midstream, looked at each other, we were like, "Oh shit!"
Oh man. Sounds like a great story, guys.
We ended up getting gas finally. The guy came out of hiding when he saw the police. I guess he must have called them, I'm assuming. But he ended up helping us, and we ended up getting gas. Because listen, if we didn't get gas, we were not getting home. We were on gas fumes.
Even if there was a gas station like 3 miles away, we would have been screwed.
We would have. Yep.
Wow. Robbie, when are we going to strip joint?
What did we learn today, children?
I might be opening up another underground spot.
Oh. Can we get VIP?
No.
Why stop a train wreck? Just let it happen, boys.
Yeah, you guys can watch it happen. It'll be great.
100%, not a problem at all.
Oh, by the way, guys,
we'll talk about when we're going to one another. You know, when these two aren't around. Okay. Well, at least when Vinny's not around, we can bring Charlie. Me and Charlie learned our lessons with Vinny.
I haven't been to one in a while, so I'm due.
Guys, I just want to give a shout out.
What part of New York are you in?
Long Island.
Oh, you're on. Nice.
Yeah.
I just wanted to give a shout out to Amani Labels. It's his birthday today. He is the promoter and another one of my good friends, just like Charlie over here. He's the promoter of and the owner of One Division Pro, which is based out of Queens, New York. We do some shows in Jersey here and there. But a shout out to One Division Pro, Amani Labels, and I'm a commentator there, guys. I'm a color commentator and occasional announcer. Hey, at least I don't have to take a bump. It's a great day at the office.
You mean you've been doing wrestling stuff and you didn't get me booked? I'm ashamed of you.
Whoa.
Actually,
Vinny, you didn't have to take a bump in the first place.
Oh.
Well, that depends if I get fucked up before I go out there, though.
Yeah, then he just lays.
When's their next show? So you can plug the show.
Actually, I'm waiting to hear the announcement for the next one. Because we actually just had one recently. So
okay, please let me know so I could share.
Yeah, just look up One Division Pro on Instagram and Facebook. You'll find it. One Division Pro.
You got to get Robbie on there.
I want to. Are you kidding? I'd fucking love to. I got to put him in touch with my boy Amani. Try to get him on there and shit. You know.
All right. The Robbie's ready.
I'm
Now, Robbie, bro, have you ever seen Rebel's character? And like, it is so much. Like, you'd be surprised. Like, the character's not too far from him directly. Like, that's why his gimmick is so good, because he lives the gimmick practically.
I have a while ago, and I'm glad he's coming back.
Yep. Yo, I'll tell you, that top hat, I always loved that top hat he's got.
I was debating on wearing it to this thing, but I didn't want to, you know, it's your time to shine, man. It's yours.
Everyone, listen, everyone knows I'm a hat guy. I love hats. So
yeah, I'm a hat guy too.
Dank, landing strip, Jonathan. Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. That's the last place I was at, to be honest with you.
There you go.
I'll tell you now. I missed the old Charlie shows, man. The Charlie shows were always a good time. I'm not gonna lie. Always a good time at Charlie shows.
What happens at the landing strip stays at the landing strip.
Listen, you got to bring back modern vintage wrestling, Charlie. You got to bring back Gimmickry.
Self-retirement. Retirement.
Just do a one-off show, just so we can party afterwards.
No, sir. Nope. Yeah, I'm more than happy to come visit. I'm more than happy to come out. I'm more than happy to do anything in the world.
Yeah.
You never say that in wrestling. You're done, because that's when as soon as you say you're done, next thing you know, you're booking a show in 15 minutes.
Yep.
All right, you got 15 minutes, man.
Yeah. All right. Well,
we got booked Jimmy. We got booked Jimmy.
Yeah, we got to book Jimmy.
That's all you need. Hey, baby, let's go. I mean, the one thing I will say about promoting shows and the thing is that nowhere in the world will you get to meet characters like Vinnie the Guido without wrestling.
Wrestling brings everybody together. So,
needlessly to say, did you ever share the story of how I actually met you, Vinny? With the whole with PJ, with Justin, like when I was trying to no, was it Tony Atlas? Who, I can't remember. It was some. So I was like in need of a star for an autograph sign, and I was like trying to find somebody, and I stumbled across Vinny's Facebook page or something, and he said booking all top stars. And I was like, oh God, what's this guy? So I sent him a message. Next thing you know, it's like 2:00 in the morning. Vinny's calling me, wired out of his mind. Hey man, who do you need a book? I was like, at the time I'm in Vegas, and he's like, it was Dan Severn. That's what it was. It was Dan Severn. And he was like, oh, I'll call Dan right now. I'm like, isn't it like 2:00 in the East Coast right now? Oh yeah, that's fine, man. It don't matter. Within 45 minutes, I'm getting a call back. He's booked. Everything's taken care of. Here's the number. Call in tomorrow. Fucking a rip. There's no fucking way this guy called Dan Severn like 1:00 in the morning.
Right.
And once again, rabbit right out of the fucking hat. Boom. There it
is. Like seriously, you'll hear Vinny talk, and you'll be like, yeah man, and then when he freaking delivers, your jaw is dropped. Seriously, jaw dropped.
Shit, he didn't lie.
Yeah, when Vinny starts going like this, I have a place called My Happy Place, and I go to it. Yep. And then next thing you know, Vinny will say something, and I'll be like, what? What did you think? Going, what? What? And then you're like, nah, man. And then 15 minutes later, son of a bitch. I need to pay attention to what he says. Fuck.
Dude, you'd be
Yeah.
surprised. And a lot of people don't believe me about the whole porn star thing until they go on my page like, holy shit, you really aren't lying. I was like, no, I told you I ain't lying. They're like, dude, you really hang out with porn stars? I was like, yeah, I do.
This
Vinny,
man.
you're the only person to put a sex tape out to the internet, and the internet rejected. Okay,
That's why he's dressed as the condom instead of wearing it.
That's awesome.
Hey, I got some good porn star stories too. If you guys want,
Let's go. Let's go.
Boys, we're about out of time here.
Wait for part 2.
dude, I went to this one. Dude, I went to this one after party. It was like an after party to an after
And he
party.
goes anyway.
Bro,
Oh,
I
I
don't
gotta
know.
work in the morning, brother.
Dude, there was like 30 people. Check this last story. There was like 30, 40 people, like the whole top floor, like each room had like 30 or 40 people in it. The room I was in, they decided to do naked chicken fights. So I had a porn star on my shoulders. This other dude had a porn star on his shoulders, and they're having naked chicken fights on the bed, knocking each other over, knocking lamps over and shit. Someone almost fell out almost broke the window and fell out the shit. Like it was crazy. It was like fucking coke everywhere.
Oh, shit.
I'm telling you, it was nuts, bro. Like when I say, all right, you ever go to a pool party and people are doing chicken fights? Well, they were doing this shit naked on a hotel bed, bro. It was nuts.
I personally want to make it very clear I was not part of any association with that.
Me neither. We did some messed up stuff, but I was not there.
I was not chicken fighting with coked up strippers.
Porn stars. They were porn stars.
Porn stars, not strippers. Porn stars.
They were porn stars.
Vinny went up the other level.
Every time.
You just kicked it into high gear.
Stop everybody.
Before we go, I just want to plug some stuff real quick. I just had a guest on not too long ago. He was promoting the Ballad of Gianfranchi. It is a journey of hope and destruction, a wrestling documentary with the wrestler Gia Savage. Make sure you check that out on Venmo. Please check that out. Let's keep wrestling alive in all forms. And any forms. There's also going to be a comic book version of it from Legacy Comics. So please check that out.
Especially with what's happening.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Also, my next interview will be this Wednesday with Brian Idol at 7:00 sharp.
AKA Earl Cooter and Brian Idol.
You know Brian?
Yeah, dude, I miss this.
We know Brian very well.
Oh, yes, we do. Yes, we do. Dude, I remember. I'll tell you, I miss the old FTW shows too, man. Those are some good times, also.
If any of you guys want to come say hello, let me know. We'll arrange that for you.
Hey, I'll tell you though, I miss the old Earl Cooter gimmick, man. That shit was over like a fart in church.
Also, I will be at the upcoming Victory Pro Wrestling show, Notorious, next month on February 11th, featuring Notorious Mimi. Make sure you get your tickets at victoryprowrestling.com at the Pro Game Athletics Arena. Make sure you check that out. Where in attendance will be the 23-6 champion of my channel, carrying this beautiful belt right here. The 26-6 champion, the Solution, will be there. Let's see what happens with who's going to challenge him for the title this time. I
might just have to sneak there and steal it when they're not looking.
Hey, I've had some, some prestigious title holders in there. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be like the new version of Repo Man. Only I'll be called the Title Man, and I'll go in and steal all the belts and shit.
If you become the 23-6 champion, please do not do a Page incident, please. Also, let's promote Vinny. Vinny's going to be in a video game coming up. Indie Pro 22. Make sure you check that out when it comes out. Also, Vinny will be in a movie called Stars. When does the movie come out?
The world premiere is February 17th at the over at the Winter Film Awards. It's going to be in Cinema Village in Manhattan. And the tickets just went on sale yesterday. And I actually play a pimp in the movies.
Awesome. Before we not talk about the film, let's talk about what the film, a quick synopsis of what it's about.
It's basically it's about a group of homeless women, looking for a glimmer of hope, stuff like that.
Awesome.
It's basically it's about a bunch of prostitutes that just looking for that one big moment so they can make it big, and that's basically what it's about. And
Awesome.
the movie is directed by Mars Robridge. That's Mars, last name Robridge, Roberg. I can never pronounce his last name. Sorry if he's listening. His last name is Roberge. So big shout out to Mars. And believe it or not, a lot of his movies get a lot of awards at these award ceremonies. So I could just tell you right now, Stars is probably going to win it's probably going to win some good awards over at the Winter Film Awards coming up on February 17th. So
Awesome. I'll be sure to make sure I check that out in the theaters. Also, if you want to book this guy, Magnum Man, make sure you message Vinny or email. What do you take your bookings, Vinny?
Well, if anybody's looking to host a party, even if you want to do a bachelor party, birthday party, not only am I dressed up as a Magnum condom, but I also have the women for you. So
whoa,
let me know. I got you.
Robbie, that might be our kind of party. What do you think?
Yeah.
I think my
Charlie?
girlfriend would kill me.
Are you kidding? She'll like a lap dance too. Who are you kidding?
I don't have a girlfriend, so I'm good to go. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be sitting in the corner clapping, saying, "I'm not drinking. I'm not drinking. I'm not drinking."
Not drinking.
Last but not least, I'm also a professional gambler.
Okay.
Also a degenerate. I'm a degenerate as well.
Well,
All right.
Listen, there was a time where Charlie lived near Atlantic City, somewhere near it. And I'm like, every time I was in Atlantic City, I call Charlie up, yo, dude, you got to come down and meet up with me in here. He's like, Vinny, I'm busy. I can't make it. I'm like, dude, you're right down the road. Come on. He's like, no, I'm not coming to Atlantic City with you. I don't want to get in trouble.
True story. One time I was in Atlantic City. He called me. I left the city.
Charlie's like, I'm getting out of here.
yeah, right.
I want to take a moment to.
In all fairness, though, you wouldn't have found Charlie at a slot machine. You would have found him in the sports book.
All right. I want to thank my co-host tonight, Mr. Charlie. It was a pleasure having you on and meeting you.
It was a pleasure. I had fun. It was fun doing something. I hate podcasts usually, but Robbie, put your thing over, and I checked a couple of your episodes out. It's really talented stuff, man. Really entertaining stuff you're doing. So.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on, Dank. I appreciat it, man. Thank you, Robbie. Thank you, Charlie. I appreciate you,
Robbie.
guys.
Thank you,
I got love for all three of you guys.
Woo, Vinny,
Thanks,
let me know
man.
all your projects you got going on. I'll share that, okay?
Listen, I got all three of you in the cockles of my heart.
Hey, let me know about some of those underground parties, sir. Ready to go.
Right.
Amen to that. Amen to that.
We are going to go off the air, so everybody, thank you for staying tuned. Make sure you subscribe to the channel on YouTube, and make sure you go to Twitch and subscribe to Beyond the Barricade podcast so we can build that channel up. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Everybody have a great night. We'll be back Wednesday night with Brian Idle and maybe some guests. Maybe. Stay tuned.
Well,
Later, boys.